Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Negro Jump. Negro Jump, that Negro Jump podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Shout out to the listeners. Oh, how I have so appreciated y'all over the years. That's right, it's been years recording this podcast. And I appreciate y'all being there every step of the way. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So, today being August 4th, when I record this in the Pacific Times, something I didn't know is that Blue Lock live action film is releasing August 7th. In 3 days, it will be releasing this Friday in theaters in Japan, of course. Still haven't seen the anime series, so not too excited about it, but I know it's a huge hit amongst the community. It's a pretty big hit amongst the community. I got a few cousins that watch it. And then, of course, the controversy, if you can call it controversy, was just the budgeting. The budgeting of the anime series. It just fell out at the end of last season or the end of the series. I'm not sure which is which. Like, is it done? Is it not? But yeah, that's what happened. It went from like action shots to just straight up slideshows, from what I could tell. So I think we're seeing the OVA treatment come back. I'm gonna blow the budget selling it, and then we'll just figure it out as we go. Biggest example being the original JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The OVA looks gorgeous. It looks great. It looks of the 2000s, like ahead of its class. But the rest of the series is that gritty, grainy 90s filter. So still a good series. I haven't watched it, but it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I've watched every part except Steel Ball Run, which I'm hesitant because it's a different timeline now, so I got to get used to that. It's a big change when it comes to JoJo because I was fine with the characters changing in the family tree, just different settings, different reasons to be fighting, to be battling, to be chasing for answers. And now it's just watching that all the way. We're just going completely wacky. The newest stand that I saw the community raving about it looks like an unfolded paperclip, but it's not. So yeah. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, everybody. Check out Blue Lock. Check out Blue Lock Live. I still want to see Blue Lock, but I want to watch Captain Tsubasa first. I want to watch the OG. That's how I feel about Kuroko's Baskets. I want to see Slam Dunk first. Let me see the OG first, and then we'll continue on. Next up, Chiikawa, which I covered that a few weeks ago. The Chiikawa movie drops to number 2. It recently beat Demon Slayer for, I think it was pre-sales, like screenings, like number of screens pre-sold. It recently dropped to number 2 in the weekend due to being slayed. That's right, the Chiikawa the movie, the Infinity Castle Slayer, got embarrassed by the one and only Spider-Man in my Joe Jamison voice. Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen. Don't play with him. I almost forgot that it came out. I definitely will be seeing it before the week is up. Look for a review definitely sometime next week. Speaking of reviews, I know I haven't given a review of the Bleach movie that I watched. I do want to wait until the 4 episodes come out because I was convinced that that movie was going to be the end of the 1,000-Year Blood War. But no, it's just the first 4 episodes, and they are pretty epic. I forgot how long it's been since I've watched Bleach, and seeing the war in motion is bringing me back in heavy. So it's nice. Shout out to Taite Kubo. But I'm waiting to give a review on that. We'll be seeing Spider-Man later on this week. But yes, Chiikawa got beat by Spider-Man. Chiikawa is now the second highest grossing Japanese animated film this year, following, drumroll please, Detective Conan new film, Fallen Angel of the Highway. That's an intense film for a boy detective. That's an intense title for a boy detective film. That's a lot. But granted, he's probably at least 30 at this point, because he was a teenager when he got turned into a kid. So shout out to Detective Conan. Other news from me lurking on Twitter, aka X, Kamen Rider is shifting around, getting its license spread out again. That sounds pretty wild to say, but that's what I'm assuming. This isn't coming off of a news article. This is all off of my assumptions for what I'm seeing and how they're moving the IP that is Kamen Rider. Because for the last 3 years, we've had multiple series available, at least the first 2 episodes. It felt like most of the Showa and Heisei era first 2 episodes were available on one of the many Toku officially licensed YouTube pages, which are Tokushoutsu and Toei Toku Network. I think that's what it's called, but there's at least 2 YouTube channels where you can watch Kamen Rider legally. Now, on streaming services, including YouTube, currently, you can watch Ryuki, 01, Gates, Ichigo, and Kuga in its entirety. You can watch every episode of it, which is a really nice batch, with Kuga restarting the franchise again in 2000, and then getting the beginning of the Railway era. Actually, the official Railway era, Kamen Rider 01, no disrespect to Zio. And then a fan favorite being Ryuki, which was the reattempt to reintroduce Americans to Kamen Rider and other tokusatsu besides Power Rangers. Because when Ryuki got translated to Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, at the time, Fox was still trying with the Saturday morning cartoons, but they no longer had Power Rangers, which was a staple in their lineup, rotation, arsenal, however you want to call it. But Power Rangers is now on Disney. It's no longer part of Fox. And they tried Ryuki. Ryuki was cool. Maybe it wasn't marketed right, but by the time I caught wind of it, I was just lost and felt too old to be watching it. But it did have a PG-13 tone to it. I will say that. So, I felt like they could say "damn" and it would be okay. So, but yes. Now on which channel did I write down? The Toei Tokusatsu World channel on YouTube. You can watch several episodes of Agito and Kabuto. Unfortunately, they have gutted it, so you can watch episode 1 and 2, and then the last 15, so 30 through whatever. Unfortunate, but it is there to consume. I definitely recommend people just watch it if you just want to get exposed to it. And then once you get the feel, you just go search for it, which you can find it however you see fit. Not encouraging anything illegal, but here's the platforms that you can still catch Kamen Rider on, which are Pluto, Tubi, YouTube, and now Prime has Ichigo. It now has Ichigo in, I think it's 98 episodes, which is seems like season 2, because the first Kamen Rider, that shit was dark. And then you get the Ichigo riders with the second rider having with the red boots and gloves, where they got the Adidas tracksuits. So that's when it comes like a little bit more kid friendly and not like blood splattering on the wall whenever a villain dies. So next up, I saw a list for the best episodes of Digimon on Anime News Network. It was the best episodes of Digimon seasons 1 through 4. They did the best out of 11. Am I going to go through all of them? No. That's pretty boring, even to me. Let's see. So, season 1, episode 4. Excuse me. Season 1, episode 54. Got the number 1 spot out of 11, which that is a finale. That is a season finale. Then you got for season 2, so Adventure O2, Crest of Kindness, when Wormmon sacrificed himself. So this is because season 2 felt long because of the back and forth between the digital world, then the outbreak of Digimon in the real world again, but then now it was like more tamed. Then it was the next part where they were fighting Digimon that weren't really Digimon, which was like Mummymon, and then the Spider Woman. Then it was the Digimon being made out of the control spires. Then you had Myota's mind, who was possessing a guy that used to go to the digital world as a kid. It just felt like it went on and on. But it definitely is a top 3 Digimon season for me. It was definitely a lot. But yeah, it was like it felt like midpoint or like early. Well, excuse me. It was Evil Digimon Emperor arc. We'll say that for Adventure O2. It was the end of that arc. So we got the Chimeramon, we got Magnamon, who Digivolved with the golden Digi-Egg. And so he's just kicking ass. And then I had to look this up, but there's one Wormmon, which I forgot. Wormmon sacrificed himself by giving his life energy. So he pulled a Vegeta. Well, he didn't give his life energy. He pulled a nail. He pulled a nail for Piccolo on Namek. And with that, Magnamon was able to be Chimeramon. And the Digimon Emperor was no more because his best friend was now gone. And which I'm reading from the description on Wikipedia, the Digi-Egg of Kindness dissolved into a crest, the crest of kindness. So sad episode. Next up, season 3, Tamers, episode 43. Now I remember this. This is when the kids make it back to the real world after being gone in the digital world for some time now. And now they're fighting the D-Reaper, the virus that is plaguing the real world and the digital world. This episode specifically follows Impmon, and he's with his 2 partners. He's being shared by 2 siblings. I think they were twins, or maybe not twins, but it was a brother and a sister sibling. And he ran away from them because he felt like they were going to tear him apart because they couldn't figure out how to share. See that message, that lesson in there for kids? Kids learn the Digimon, even though the world is falling apart outside. He took that time to go back there to visit them, get reacquainted. And then they bonded again, seeing how important he was. And this is Impmon coming off of being Beelzemon. Hence the episode being Beelzemon's big day. He now has like a sense of like understanding like what power was, like what he had, what he's capable of, his potential. And he is currently, which I had to read this part, he was currently trying to figure out how to digivolve again. And then through just sheer will, he does it. And then now he gets the upgrade of burst mode thanks to the good luck charms from his tamers. And that's kind of weird to say as a neek myself. But yes, his tamers. The boy giving him the plastic ray gun. And I believe the girl gave him like a hug or a kiss. And then those changed into wings and a giant death cannon. So yeah, you change into the Beelzemon blast mode. I remember that episode. I definitely do. Cool episode. Tamers was fire. Hard. because it was they didn't really change much to the concept of Digimon in the digital world, humans in the human world, and they can cross paths. That's always explored. But how they did it to like, no, it's our world, so this is a card game. And it's like, oh, them little niggas is real. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Tamers. Tamers are so good. Next up, we got season 4, Frontier. The one that I see people go 50-50 on. Or excuse me, I see the fandom goes 50-50 on. Some people hate it, some people love it. But it was the season finale, episode 50, Beyond the Bounds of Time, A New Legend Begins. Now, Frontier, I have not finished front to back, but I understand what happens, but I don't understand how we get to the finish line. So I know, like, the last, 5 episodes, Susanamon comes out to fight Lucymon, and then Lucymon has, 2 more forms. And so it's, on some world-ending shit, but, of course, there's gods and deities made out of bits and bytes, so that's Digimon for you. It's Digimon. Like it's like world ending shit, and then somebody pulls a Sailor Moon healing escalation. So yeah, shout out to them. Let's see. That's it for some headlines. Now I did watch a few animes. First up, we got Inu Yashiki, Last Hero. 7 minutes in, and the old man has stomach cancer. 7 minutes in, this old man has stomach cancer. This guy's just going about his day like he's just dragging. Middle-aged man, balding, young kids. Wife is demanding of him. Just in that rut of Japan work life that is depicted so harshly in so many parts of the media. So he gets abducted by aliens with a teen boy and gets changed into a cyborg. He's him. His conscience is still there, but his body is fully mechanical into a weaponized cyborg with jets and laser beams and whatnot. He gets immediately depressed, and then he goes on a walk and ends up saving a homeless man, which helps his depression because he was depressed, feeling not human anymore because he was so robot. But then he saves a life, so now that life fills him, and he's like, I still am human. I still crave life. But it was a bunch of delinquent teens harassing a homeless man. He shot off homing rays. That's right, homing lasers to scare off the teens. This is gonna be nuts. Shout out to Napoleon Emile for that request several years ago. That's how long that anime's been on my list. So next up, we got Soul Buster. This was a Chinese history lesson. This anime has this type of filter grain smear on top of certain parts of the screen or characters or whatnot. I don't know if that's for censorship or dramatic effect, because they also had dramatic end title cards to let you know the episode was done, to be continued or whatnot. Very much so on some stage play energy, but in anime form. But was definitely lost. Had to reread the description. He ends up getting this card from this deity on some Madoka Magica shit. The deity's like, do you promise to protect this card with your life? He says, yeah, of course. Next you know, he's in the library. His teacher sees him, runs up on him, was like, there's something different about you. Then he starts talking about the card. Teacher's like, oh, well, give me the card. He's like, nah, I don't think I should give you the card. Then he tries to run away. Then the teacher summons with his card a warrior on some fate stay shit. It was cool. And then the guy running away from the warrior ends up dropping the card, picks up the card, then puts his hands up to defend himself, and then ends up summoning his warrior, which is this silver-haired samurai woman who tells everybody to shut the hell up by saying, still your tongue. So she's like, I got this. Pretty cool first episode. The animation choices, I'm curious what was the thought process. So Next up on the list, continuing this descent, this neglected watch list that I am descending upon, Sailor Moon Crystal, episode 16. I just jumped right into it. Now, this is right after the first reset of the universe, with the Silver Sword, Silver Crystal by Sailor Moon. Sailor Chibi's there. Now, apparently, I watched episode 14 to 15 because I was in the middle of episode 16 and I have no recollection. But as I'm going down this list, I'm just taking it as is. So, it's been at least a year since I've watched Sailor Moon. And I dropped in 6 minutes into this episode. Fun little episode of the day where they're fighting the villain. This series is reminding me how the original Sailor Moon was like storyboarded, like the old cartoons of that day, like very like a pink background and just a character talking. So it was just a lot of mouth movement. Then they had like animations of however like much they put into it, so it could be like dramatic, like a Sailor Mars special attack, or just a simple slap. Somebody just slapping a cat. Yeah. But Crystal is extremely pretty. Extremely pretty. Shout out to Tia Corinne. But yeah, Sailor Mars apparently is captured in this episode already. Don't know what happened with that. Black Moon, a villain that popped up, publicly challenged Sailor Mercury to a chess game. If she wins, she'll get her Sailor Mars. Sailor Mercury ended up winning the game. Black Moon lost the game, but then captured Sailor Mercury in a fight. So it was a win-lose situation for the game. We'll see what happens in the next episode. And that's it. That's it, folks. Page flapping. I'm looking for more. But that's it. That's all I got in the tank for you. Appreciate you guys. Follow Negro Jump at Negro Jump on whatever social media platform you are on. Please rate and subscribe this podcast on whatever platform you are listening to this podcast on. Thank you so much for still listening to the Negro Jump podcast. I have been Jarrod Fortune. You have a great rest of your day.